everybody. We continue to give information about Rosh Hashanah. Is an important day, a day that can make a difference wherever we're going to a better journey in the year to come. And that's why it's important always to study before what is that we need to do. So I would like to start, every time we're going to mix Zohar and the Ari, and maybe we're going to add other books as the time go by. But it's important that we listen to those lectures even the whole year around, but specifically now before Rosh Hashanah. בואו ראה, come and behold, say the Zohar, in Vayera, verse 371. כן זה, like that, ביום ראש השנה, and the day of Rosh Hashanah, ויום הכיפורים, and יום הכיפורים as well, שהדין נמצא אז בעולם. When judgment exists in the world. והשטן, Satan, dark side, עומד אז לקטרג. His job is to, as we explained before, to become the persecutor. שישראל צריכים אז להתעורר בשופר. Israel is to wake up with shofar. Shofar is the horn that we're using to make sound. ולעורר קול, and to wake up a sound. הכלול ממים, אש ורוח. That include water, fire, and wind or air. Now, where is the water? Basically, it's the steam that comes from the mouth of the blower. Fire is the cheek of the face of the guy who blow the shofar. And the wind is the air that coming out of the person's mouth through the shofar. And those three elements, say the Zohar, הם חגת. This is represent חסד, גבורה, and תפארת. שנעשו בו אחד. And when you use the shofar, those three levels, חגת חסד, mean right column, גבורה mean left column, תפארת mean center column, become one. ולהשמיע אותו הכל מתוך השופר. As the sound come out of the shofar, as the sound come out of the horn, it's basically now become one. We are united, the three column system. פירוש, רב אשטג now is going to explain. י"ב חודשי השנה, 12 of the months of the year, הם תיקון המלכות. Why do we have 12 months in the year? To correct the malchut, to correct physicality, to correct the receiving aspect of our universe, from beginning to end. וכיוון שסופה אינו נשלם לגמרי עד גמר התיקון, but we know already, we study Kabbalah, and we know that the malchut cannot truly be fixed till the end of time, till the end of the tikkun. What does that mean? Till the end, and till the end of the tikkun? Meaning that there is a process in our life to step by step correcting physicality. Physicality equal in Kabbalah, equal in the Sfirot, to the word malchut. על כן צריכים בכל שנה לחזור לתקנה. And that's why every Rosh Hashanah we're fixing a bit and a little bit more of malchut. And that's why we are doing it again. Otherwise it's enough to do it one time and over. ועל כן בכל ראש השנה אנו מתחילים בראשית, תיקון המלכות. That's why every Rosh Hashanah we start the Torah from the portion of Bereshit, which is, Bereshit means the beginning or the first books of Moses, which means everything starts from scratch to correct the malchut. דהיינו, כמו שנאצלה ביום ד' במעשה בראשית, שאז הייתה בסוד הכתוב ויעש אלוקים את שני המאורות הגדולים. Where is malchut first exist? Where do we see malchut first exist in the Torah, in the Bible? In Genesis, when God created the sun and the moon on Wednesday. So the fourth day of creation was the day that Malchut was created in the form of the moon. The moon represents the Malchut. שאז הייתה בשלמות גר דהרת השמאל. At that time, in the beginning of creation, the Malchut was receiving all the possible blessing and light from Gar Da'arat HaSmol. Gar, the word Gar, is Gimel Rishonot, meaning Keter, Chokhmah, Bina, from the left column. What does that mean? That's a nice term. So it say, Shu Sod Aharat Ashuruk, which is the light that's called Shuruk. Shuruk is the way we spell out, or the way we, in Hebrew, the vowels that we have. So Shuruk, the sound of Shuruk is U, the frequency, U, and basically it's the three dot. That means Da'ainu Chokhmah Bli Chasadim. So now he explained to us, what does that mean? Gar Da'arat HaSmol. What does that mean? All the light from the left column was going directly to the moon. It's mean Chokhmah Bli Chasadim. It means Chokhmah means light of wisdom without covers, without chasadim, without something that can manifest it. What does that mean? It means it was receiving direct light, but because there is nothing to manifest that light are not seen or not revealed yet, but it's there. Almost in space, like in space. You have all the light in space coming from the sun, but if you don't have a star or planet to reflect that light, you can see that there is actually light in space. That's what happened on Wednesday when the moon was created. That's what Malchut represents. ועל כן, כתרגע הלבנה. The Midrash is telling us that the moon complained. What does that mean, the moon complained? The moon said, אין בית מלכים משתמשים בכתר אחד. The moon went to God, say, how can you create it on Wednesday? Two kings. One king, the sun. One other king or queen, the moon. There's one crown. How can you let two rulers one crown? Of course, this is a story. This is a metaphor. We need to understand the meaning of it. שלא הייתה יכולה לסבול חיסרון החסדים, והוא סוד קטרוג השטן גם כן, שקטרוגו נאחז במלכות להמשיך דינים. Said to us, Rav Ashtag, that the Malchut couldn't deal with the Chasadim. What is Chasadim? Chasadim cover the wisdom. Chasadim is a type of light that reveals the light that you have, but it reveals less amount of light. Chokhmah is all the light, but nothing been revealed. What would you rather have? Small amount of light that revealed, or everything that not been revealed? Just a thought. So Satan, when we talk Satan was persecuting on Rosh Hashanah, what does that mean? שכתרוגו נאחז מהמלכות להמשיך דינים, כל למען שמאירים בהגר של שמאל. Satan said, I want all the light. I don't want chasadim. I don't want chasadim also being mercy. I don't want that light of mercy that has a little bit of light and have so much work and a little bit of light. Chokhmah has almost no work and there is so much light. Yes, it's dark. Why is it dark? Because dark in Kabbalah means that there is a lot of light that nothing can reveal it. Most people think that dark means that you have no light. No, you have so much light, but nothing can reveal that. וצריכים להעביר אחרי את השטן וכדרוגו מן המלכות. On Rosh Hashanah, we have a mission. We have a job. We have to take Satan away, and it's being a persecutor over the Malchut. And that moment of Rosh Hashanah, it's very important. וזה של מה ראו קיים לקטרגה, כיוון שנגלו בכל ראש השנה, גר לשמאל. Every Rosh Hashanah, the Keter Chokhmah Bina coming from left column is revealed. And then Malchut is there to go back like the same way it was in the time of creation. And Satan arriving to persecute, to say what's wrong. So what do? The persecutor is here, is much older than us. Satan is here, much older than us. Things that happened at the time of creation is there, much older than us. What can we do? That's why the Kabbalists, angels, God, didn't forget about us. Didn't forget about us. So there is a system. But you cannot just do the system just by going and blowing some horn. There is a meaning to it. There's a meaning to it. So once you have that right meaning, things are working for you. So let's understand it. כי כדי להעביר קטרוג על שטן, צריכים גם כן לעשות איזה פעולה. If you want to remove Satan from being the persecutor and bothering us and looking for us, you have to make sure that you're doing פעולה. פעולה mean an act. לבטל the גר של הארת השמאל. To cancel the כתר חוכמה בינה coming from the left column. Almost like you're slaughtering the head. Now, why do you say slaughtering the head? It's tough words. And which slaughtering the head they're referring to according to Rav Hashanah. So if you remember in the Torah, in the Sefer Dvarim, it mentioned that if they found a dead body and they don't know who killed that person, and so they measure from the middle of the body to see what will be the distance from the closest city. So the closest city to that body taking responsibility. And there is a whole ceremony that they have to do. They have to apologize, they have to take responsibility to say we didn't do it. And then they take a young cow and they slaughter the cow there on the spot. And they have to say we didn't do it and we didn't see it. And Rav Hashanah said that this is the same thing we're doing on Rosh Hashanah by slaughtering the Keter Chokhmah Binah. It's not an actual animal or physical thing, but we are actually removing the Ashpa'ah, that 3-column system from the left column to come down. ושנודע שבדרך כלל יש בית מיני קולות. כל המלכות הבלתי נמתקת בבינה, כל הבינה או של המלכות הנמתקת בבינה. שאז כל הבינה. There is two sound that come. One sound that come from malchut, but of course, again, when I say physical sound, I'm not refer to a physical sound. It's a code name. The voice of malchut that will not be sweetened in Binah. Sweeten doesn't mean add sugar to it. Sweeten means transform. Because we know that there is two aspects to a female in this process of bringing the light of the Creator into the physical universe. There is a process. So the first female is Binah, where everything has been sweetened. The other female is Malchut. So whatever happened in Malchut, that's where you do the work, that's where you change, that's where you transform, that's where you're dealing with your problem, that's where you're dealing with the business, the relationship, that's what the avodah, that's where the real spiritual work needs to be done. So there is sound, we talk about shofar, coming from Malchut, has not been sweet on Binah, and there is voice of Malchut or Binah that sweet, meaning transform in Binah. So when we blow the shofar, we are, as you're going to go to Rosh Hashanah and hear the shofar being blown, what we're doing, we are first making sure that the gar, at the left column, that Keter Chokhmah Binah, is being cancelled. This first being cancelled, because otherwise, Satan, persecutor, can complain and can draw the negativity into the whole year. How is it happen? דהיינו בינה המכונה שופר. The בינה, we also give him a code name, shofar. Shofar means the horn. the horn of the animal, okay? Of the ram. But again, it's way more than that because it's called shofar. There's a reason why they call it shofar. Otherwise, they call it the horn. Or they call it the animal horn. Why they call it shofar? Shofar, different name. Shofar. Because there is a meaning to the name even. I'm going to get into it eventually later. What is a shofar does? Shofar, the horn that we use for making the sound, הוא סוד המסך דחיריק שעליו יוצא קו אמצעי באחד בית קווים ימין ושמאל זה בזה. The sound of the shofar itself, is called מסך דחיריק. מסך, curtain, חיריק. חיריק, if you look how חיריק look like, one dot. The sound is E, that's the frequency. E, not like left column, U, okay, E. So what is the masach, the chirik does? Has the possibility to bring the right column and left column together. The left column meaning all the light that possibly exists, but there's nothing to reveal it. Right column revealed a little bit of the light, but it's revealed through mercy, through chasadim. Those two cannot go together. Because if you're going to go with the right column, just revelation of whatever it is, it's act differently. If you go with left column, it's all the light, but there's darkness there. What do? You found the bridge to combine both of them, and this is through Binah, this is through the shofar. וזה שנאמר כל דקליל באישה ומיה ורוחה, דהיינו כל דקליל בגימל קווים וכלי מים ואש ורוח. Tell us, Rav Ashlag, and this is what it says, three column system, water, fire, and wind, or water, fire, and air, meaning that you combine these three columns, water, of course, right column, fire, of course, left column, and air, which is center. שעל ידי המסך הזה, through this מסך, we become three column system, ועל ידי זה נתמעט גר דגר מהשמאל. And through that, the כתר חוכמה בינה, of כתר חוכמה בינה, of left column, is being become smaller. אז מסתלק כתרוג השטן מהמלכות, כמו שנאמר לפנינו. And then, if left column is no longer there, Satan cannot be invited, Satan cannot say nothing wrong. And then that sound of the shofar, כל ההוא, עולה עד המקום שכיסא הדין יושב. Then that sound going all the way to the chair, to the throne of judgment, יושב דהיינו לגר השמאל שהכתרון נחס שמה, ומכה בה דהיינו שבמעט הגר דגר אשר שם, ועולה המלכות מכיסא הדין. At that moment, and there is no longer that left column, then the malchut can be elevated from the judgment to the upper world, and from the judgment to Binah, and when it goes from judgment to Binah, or from malchut to Binah, malchut represents din, judgment, Binah represents rachamim, so we change it from judgment to mercy. ואחר שמגיע הקול הזה מלמטה, הנה קול יעקב להתקל למעלה. Once that sound, that voice coming from below, the sound of Jacob being correct from above. And Jacob referred to center column. Jacob referred to more than that. If you remember when the fight between Esau and Jacob, it say, Akol kol Yaakov. The sound is the sound of Jacob, but the arm is the arm of Esau. It's a code name, of course. It's a code, meaning that the sound of the shofar is Jacob. It's putting things together. שהוא סוד קומת החסדים היוצאת על המסך הנ"ל. שהוא סוד קו אמצעי נקרא תפארת ונקרא יעקב ונקרא רחמים. ואז התעורר הקדוש ברוך הוא ברחמים. Then we wake up the Creator, blessed be He, with mercy, because we, from above, from below, awakening that sound of the shofar, and from above, there is a mercy that starts happening. שהוא כלול מאש מים ורוח. So because of the shofar being blown, and it includes water, wind, and fire, that come from the shofar, כן מתעוררים כנגדם למעלה בשופר העליון, then awakening from the upper shofar. What is the upper shofar? We're using physical horn. In the upper world, there is also a shofar, also an horn, but it's different. It's called Binah. So it's called upper shofar. כי הכוח לתקוע הוא אש. The ability to, the strength to blow the shofar is fire. The sound is ruach, wind or air. And with the air coming sweat and ability to do that, and steam, it's called water. And this is wake up 3 column of Binah, and through that, the light is coming to the Anpin and Malchut. It's a whole process, so beautiful. Because what happened before that system, we are receiving light to Malchut that cannot be seen. Or we're receiving light to Zeir Anpin, which is Chasadim, that can be seen, but it's very small. So how do you get the combination of no judgment? You have to elevate everything to Binah, correct all of it with the shofar, and then everything starts coming down again. וכל הכולל, למד עדיין המסך, מתקן וצא זה, למד המסך, צא מלמעלה, קומת החסדים מצד המסך, מתקן העולם, שמחות והרחמים נמצאים. And then we're fixing the whole universe, the whole world. Can you imagine? And then even the Malchut, even the physicality has mercy now, and the mercy being found. והמקטרג, the persecutor, Satan, navoch, is embarrassed, is confused. We need to understand that. What does that mean? Is confused. שחשב לשלוט בדין, he thought he can control judgment and persecute everybody and judge everybody. He didn't have any idea שגר השמאל התמעטו פעם. He didn't believe that the left column light, which is the ultimate light that comes to the universe, will become smaller. והתעלם שליטתו וקטרוגו, because without that, he has no force, no power. And you see that the mercy is been awakening. You see that the right column becomes strong. והוא נבוך, and he embarrassed, and he's confused. וכוחו רפה, and his power become less and less. And he cannot do a thing. And then God say, okay, now I have to judge the whole world with mercy. You may say Rav Ashlag, that you create judgment like this, because now the left column is being disappear, so maybe it creates judgment. You say, no, don't worry about it. Because even those judgments that we think might happen get mixed with mercy. And that's why the whole world has mercy now. Because when we elevate that shofar, that sound above, we are doing something called mayim nukvim. Mayim nukvim mean reflected water, or light that been reflected mean we pushing it back up. Then we are waking up the chasadim, that it's center column, and we call it Jacob, and this rachamim. And then the whole world receive the mercy, and that's why there is no, when the left column become less, it's not considered judgment. Why Rav Ashlag even elevated, bring this point? Because every time that you make less something, it brings judgment. But when you make less judgment, is it to bring judgment? Because it's actually less. You do less of left column. Say no. This is a special condition. When you do less of the left column, it brings mercy. It's a very beautiful thing that he asked and he answered. Without lowering the influence of the left column, which is just taken for me or thinking about me, which is judgment, mercy cannot be revealed. So you continue, when we blow the shofar, בכסה ליום חגנו, what does that mean? That the בכסה, we explained it last time, that the moon is covered, and when the moon is covered, why is the moon covered? Because of Aharat Asmol, because the left column. The snake, the bad negativity is controlling everything and can damage the world. And when we are awakening the mercy to the blowing of the shofar, then the moon being elevated and disappear from the effect of the left column, because there is no longer the Keter Chokhmah Binah of the left column through the shofar, and then Satan is very confused and he cannot control anymore. And he's gone from the moon no longer can control. the Satan and the moon. Also remember, the moon represents Malchut, represent the receiver force. And he has no point to stay there because there is nothing he can receive. And that's why on Rosh Hashanah, we are doing the shofar and we are shocking the Satan, say Rav Ashlag. It's almost like when you wake up a person from sleep. They normally shock. They don't know what just happened. That's exactly what happened Rosh Hashanah to the dark side, to the Satan. Yeah. Powerful. Powerful. This is one section of thought. So I would like to explain more about it in a simple language. Basically, when we talk about left column, left column means Or the Chokhmah, all the light that can come to the world. So powerful. But because there is no revelation to that light, because you need everything to reflect it, but it's not going to reveal that because we are after the Tzimtzum. We are after the contraction. Okay? So it's no longer as a value, and it reminds us how far the physical universe is from the Creator. So that brings judgment because it's awakening the lack, it's awakening the missing. And then Satan, the persecutor, can bring judgment to the world. We don't want that to happen. And for that reason, shofar is making a transformation from judgment to mercy by awakening the right column, which is less. But because Malchut going up to Binah, we're going to go into the details eventually in the other lecture, we're making a whole transformation. And that's why it's so important that everyone will have that understanding and excitement to the Rosh Hashanah. When you start to hear the blowing of the shofar, this be so happy, but at the same time, it's a chance for you to remove all the negativity that you created that year. What is negativity? Every time I thought about myself, I'm connected to the left column. Every time I want to get something for me, left column. Ego, something for me, anger for me, jealousy for me. It's all about me. So that's a left column. So I'm drawing that light just for me. If I do that, I invited the one who's in charge of that, just for me, me, and myself, which is the dark side, which is Satan. So we got to be careful. Got to be careful with that. Not easy. Got to be careful. If we are careful enough, if we are doing what we meant to be doing, then of course everything is opening up. Then we are revealing the masach, the chirik. What is masach, the chirik? The ability to say, no, I'm not going to draw from the left column, which is me, and myself, and then it burning me. I'm going to find a way to combine the three-column system. Yes, I need the receiving force. Yes, I need to give. And then I need to bridge between the two forces. It's called Yaakov, or center column. I have to learn to say more to giving, less to receive just for myself, and transform that into the idea that I go up to Binah, to the level of Binah, where I combine that three-column system together. Now, the Zohar in Noach also talk a little bit about Rosh Hashanah. It's a little bit different, but important. It's a why we cannot go from the left column. I'm reading, by the way, from verse 103 from Rav Ashlag style Zohar, in portion of Noach. It's a כמו שזרוע השמאל למעלה, אוחז בה בנוקבה. יש למטה בנוקבה נחש הזה, שהוא זרוע שמאל, רוח תומה, ונוקבת תומה. It's a, in the lower level of Malchut, there is the left column, what we explained before. Because Malchut, what is Malchut? It's three of knowledge, good and bad. The whole sin of Adam and Eve happening the day that they were created, which is Rosh Hashanah. That's what we celebrated. So we can fix whatever went wrong at that time, because time is not linear, time is a circle. We need to correct everything. Achad the midat adin, so nukva, female, the malchut has two aspects. One is the judgment that cannot receive any light because of tzimtzum aleph, because of the first tzimtzum, the first contraction. Contraction means contract, tzimtzum means to contract or to restrict or to suppress, whatever you want to name it, whatever make you understand what tzimtzum means. So now, midat adin cannot receive light because tzimtzum aleph means that we're able to say no to the left column. והגנוזה בה ואחת למידת הרחמים מהבינה שבה מקבלת כל המוחין מראה לעולם והיא גלויה בנוקבה. נוקבה, or as we call it female, in Malchut, there is tzimtzum. There is no way that the light can come in when I think about me. In Bina, which is Rachamim, okay, receiving all the light possible so it can shine to the world. And it revealed to that female. So there is two female. One female called Bina, one female called Malchut. One level called Bina is receiving from Chasadim, from Rachamim, from mercy, and Malchut receiving from left column judgment. No, because the two Malchut no longer can receive it. That's why it's called tree of knowledge, good and bad. What does mean tree of knowledge, good and bad? The good is Bina, the bad is Malchut. Now, continue the Zohar, and Rav Ashlag. שפירושו, meaning, אם האדם מקבל להארת השמאל בתיקוני הקדושה, if a person is capable to do fixing in a holy way the left column, שהוא במטה למעלה, אז הוא טוב. If a person want to receive the light from the left column, how does he do it? That it will become good? By elevating light from below to above. That's what we call Or the Chasadim. That's what we call sharing, giving. When a person say, "Not for me. I want to give." Now we create the ability to receive the blessing, to receive the light that he's always dreaming about. But if it's only me, and myself, I create a problem for myself. שמקבל ממנה כל המוחים בשלמות. ואם לא זכי, אלא שממשיך המוחים למטה, אז מתקרב הנחה של הנוקבה. So when a person just saying, I don't want to do sharing, I just want to do receiving. I don't care about sharing. At that moment, is bringing the nacha shel hanukva. Is bringing the snake, is bringing the dark side into his life, into his receiving force. And then he revealed the judgment that exists in Malchut, like we explained it in the other Zohar. And it reminds the Malchut no longer can receive all that light that there is from Zeir Anpin, from above, because Malchut said, I don't want to receive, I want to become like the creator, if you remember and you study Kabbalah. And because of that, even the mercy side that called Binah get destroyed. That's how dangerous it is when a person starts using the left column, me, and myself. And that's why this zivug, this connection is exploded, it's disappeared. ונבחנת כמו שנטמעה, ונעוד להזדבק לה בלשם הזרפין. At that moment, Malchut is separate from the supplier of light to her. The middleman between Binah and Malchut is Zeir Anpin, no longer can give, because now Malchut acting opposite of Zeir Anpin. דהיינו שמגלה את הנקודה דמידת הדין והגנוזה בין הדבקים, and the judgment is being revealed, and can no longer receive that light that Malchut needs to give to the world. Now, what is Malchut? Malchut is where we live. We live in the realm, in that level, and that awareness called Malchut. So without Malchut receiving all the light that we need, we cannot get life. We cannot get what we need to our life. And that's why all the work that we do in Rosh Hashanah, in Yom Kippurim, and Rosh Chodesh, is basically to make sure that through the transformation, through the sound of the shofar, through all the tshuva that we do, that the dark side will deal with something small from the left column and will not bother us to make the transformation from judgment to mercy. And that's what we do. But we talk about Yom Kippur in a different time. Now I want to move to the Ari and to explain it a little bit more details. We explained a little bit last week, but now few things that you gotta do during Rosh Hashanah. Of course, before Rosh Hashanah we do slichot. I don't need to tell you this. It's good to go to any place that they blow the shofar every day and also do slichot. I do the slichot. And in the end, if you do the Amidah, it's good to say Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom in the end of Amidah, and to meditate on the angel Samech Pei Resh Yud Aleph Lamed, is the angel that is the scriber that writes what's going to happen to you in this year, or in, if you want me to say his whole name, Safri Kel, that's his name. So when you do that, it changes everything about your life. So, what do we do? Rosh Hashanah is arrived. How does the prayer look like? Many people doing Rosh Hashanah like to talk about what they did wrong. The Ari, right, Rabbi Isaac Luria, that his Ilulah, his death anniversary will be next week. Hey B'Av, those of you who've been there, I'm sure you felt something. It's powerful. And it's there is argument if to tell about your sin, because you are Rosh Hashanah, you got to talk about what you did wrong and to do tshuva. And in another place you say, whatever you're going to say, Rosh Hashanah will be used against you in a court of heaven. So what do? Do you say it? You don't say it. So it's Morizal, Rabbi Chaim Vital writes that the Arizal, Rabbi Isaac Luria, used to confess his sin quietly. Why quietly? שלא ישמעו הדברים לאוזניו, in how quiet? In a way that he cannot hear with his ears what he say. That's called quiet. Because your ears is basically bina. So if you say it in Malchut, the mouth is Malchut, when you say it, and you can hear it, that's mean the words going to the upper level, and then you can be judged for that. והיה אומר, כמאמר א' שבסורת הכתוב לא אסר אלא בקול רם ולא בלחש. He said that there is two opinions about to say it, not to say it. He said, you're allowed to say it, but not loud. And he only did it when the blowing of the shofar took place, because at that time, Satan is, as we said, is shocked. What happened? We took away the left column away from him, so he's so shocked that he's not even listening to what you did wrong. And those confessions go up to heaven with the sound of the shofar. That's what the Ari HaKadosh used to do. גם היה נוהג מורי ז"ל לבכות הרבה. Also Rabbi Chaim Vital mentioned and witnessed his teacher, Rabbi Isaac Luria, crying a lot in the prayer of Rosh Hashanah. By the way, those of you who knew the Rav didn't cry in Rosh Hashanah. Like I used to be next to the Rav for 28 years, bli nara, next to him every Rosh Hashanah, and I can look at his face. I was 1 inch away and didn't cry. Even if it's a holiday, he used to cry. And he write like this, Rabbi Chaim Vital said, that his teacher told him that whoever doesn't cry in those days, that's when the soul is not totally clean. Now, I cannot say it about my teacher, I'm sure my teacher has a minhag of his teacher, but I'm just here to share information, not the judgment information, just to share something so you will do with it whatever you want. Some people being judged in the first day, and some people judged in the second day. Because Rosh Hashanah, as we will explain later, is divided to rough judgment and merciful judgment. The first day of Rosh Hashanah is harsh judgment. The second day of Rosh Hashanah is merciful judgment. Some people being judged in the first day, and some people will be judged in the second day. And God want to make sure that they will have a chance this year, so they have mercy on them and judging them in the second day. Because if you get judged on the first day, a little bit of a problem. So a person who starts crying for no reason at the middle of the prayer, that means in that exact moment, they look at his file in heaven, whatever it's the first day or the second day, and start looking at what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. So again, I'm giving you just a background of Rosh Hashanah from the Ari. Later on, hopefully I will take you into more the journey of the details. What about sleeping on Rosh Hashanah? On the day of Rosh Hashanah, not the night. Night, of course, you have to sleep after dinner. So the Ari HaKadosh used to say to Rabbi Chaim Vital, do not sleep during the day of Rosh Hashanah. Because Ze'er Anpin is going to sleep. We didn't explain it yet, but what happened, we didn't talk about Nesirah. Hopefully next lecture we do Nesirah. Doing Rosh Hashanah, because Malchut and Ze'er Anpin are back to back, we are sewing them, and the way we're sewing them, we have to put the male aspect of that connection asleep. So if that part is asleep, we should not go to sleep, because then we don't have any chayut, any livelihood for our soul. And we wake it up after the shofar, and then Ze'er Anpin is awake. That's how we wake up. תתקיעת שופר לומר אורו ישנים. Because the blowing of the shofar is also wake up Ze'er Anpin. And he's sleeping on a second day as well. And that's why it's better not to go to sleep during the daytime. But I would like to give you a second opinion, say Rabbi Chaim Vital, that it's only till midday, meaning around 1:30. But after midday, you can go to sleep, because the Ze'er Anpin is already awake from the blowing of the shofar. And I'm telling you, say Rabbi Chaim Vital, I saw my teacher, and my teacher went to sleep in that afternoon after he finished praying. Interesting, right? What I love about this book, it's not only giving you the laws and the regulation, what is it you need to do, it's actually telling you what he saw his teacher doing. So you cannot argue with that. I saw it, that's what happened. You don't have to do it, but that's what happened. Second thing that he said that he saw his teacher doing, he said that he saw the Ashkenazim. Ashkenazim is people from Europe, Jewish people from Europe, used to go in the first day of Rosh Hashanah, after Mincha, before sunset, for the ocean or well, and we used to do something called tashlich. Tashlich, you do like a certain pray, and either you throw bread or you don't throw bread, you throw your sin, your negativity. And the Ari said it's a good tradition to do. And you say 13 attribute. And when you say that 13 attribute, you want to make sure that you get rid of everything, especially when you said the word Vetashlich b'mtzulot yam, and you will throw in the depth of the ocean or the depth of the sea all the sin. You have to meditate that you are throwing all your sin, all your negativity away. And then the upper persecutor, the Satan, also will be thrown into that sea. And that's why you need to say it in the sea or live water, rivers. And when you say it, the negativity leave you alone. And it's very important to remember the name Metzulot Yam, the depth of the sea. Every time the Ari said also, if you go into a tough time spiritually and you feel you cannot overcome it, say Metzulot Yam. And throwing the whole problem you have to Metzulot Yam, to the depth of the sea, which is the roots of all negativity. It is everything of negative that bother you to become spiritual depends on that name. And remember, because there is 13 attributes attached to the 13 words we're saying while we're doing the Tashlich, always the 8 and the 13 coming from Mazala Ila'a, the upper Mazala. Upper Mazala means something above even God. And this is the upper depth of the sea. And by doing that, you convert the negativity into positive thing. This is very, very important, that you will wake up the Mazala Elyon, wake up the upper Mazala from the 8 and the 13 when you're saying it, and bring that light into the 9 one that's called the Alafim. And through that, you convert your life into a better life. And all the sin, all the angels that causing you to do negativity, we're throwing them to the sea. And by doing that, you become clean. And the Ari said, even when you study Torah, you should know how to do it, because normally, if a person studies Torah, the negative force come to attack him. And he say, if you suffering from sexual addiction or any sexual thing, it's also understand that you need to overcome, because the sexual addiction has nothing to do with you. It means that the force of darkness want to take something from you. That's the sperm, the drop of sperm. And this is why those 13 attributes in that names that we're throwing into the sea, the negativity, can help a person a lot. It's very exciting, to know that. I'll give you another gift before we finish this section. It's because we have 10 days before Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur, if you fast from morning to the evening, it's called Ta'anit, between Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur, and you're working on yourself, then what happened? At that day that you fast, you correct the whole lifetime. Meaning, let's say you fast on Tuesday from morning to evening. Of course, it cannot fall on Shabbat or Yom Kippur or Rosh Hashanah. So you have to find the days. Let's say if Rosh Hashanah fall on Wednesday, that means you have Wednesday and Thursday Rosh Hashanah. Then you can fast Friday. And then Shabbat you can't. And Sunday you can fast again. But you cannot fast on the holidays or on Shabbat. But if you fast in that day from morning to night, it corrects all the Friday since you were born. All the negativity that you did since you were born. And it's tremendous just by fasting. Those of you who cannot fast, what you can do, you can study all day long. You can wake up in the morning and study from after you pray till sunset, study. If you're able to study all the time, it's considered as equal as fast. So you have to choose. I think fasting is much easier, because you can do everything you wanted besides eating and drinking. But if you really want to do it the right way, of course, some people did fast and study, which is tzaddik. But some people study all day long, which is a very elevated level. or you can do just a fast, which is for simple people. Next time, what I want to do, hopefully, we will start going into the Nesirah to understand more the Nesirah and to understand the process of the shofar. Thank you.